Am I live? Yes, we are live. Welcome to
Hi,
another
everybody.
episode of R is Untitled. Of course, you see all my esteemed panelists right there. First of all, let me get this out the way. I know, I know the Survivor Warrior doesn't like when I do this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Like, share,
My
and
show, so you
subscribe.
can do whatever you want.
Like, share, and subscribe to R is Untitled on the YouTube channel. That would be so great. I would appreciate it. I see when I said that before, I got more subscribers. I was impressed by that. I was like, thank you. I said all these weeks and months of me begging on my. Now I'm not gonna say on my knees because that's a big pause. We don't do that stuff.
Okay,
But,
yeah. Rate it.
but with that being said, I am R. I'm your host / moderator. Also joining me is the panel. We have what is the name? Survivor Warrior is in the house. That's the woman right there. Also, Ronan Black is here as well. Thank you for showing up and always
You'll
appreciate the
never know what he
support.
looks like.
Nah, well, you can tell. You just got to kind of somehow enlarge that image that's on there, that avatar. Also, Reggie, hold on a second. Reggie, he is not bowling tonight. He's not at his part-time job. He is chucking down some food down the stove right now, so he can't talk right now. And
Good
of
evening,
course,
all. Good evening, and I'm going back to chugging food.
yeah, exactly. And, and of course, my main man, David. David, your mic is live. You're in the house. Thanks for joining. How you guys
What's up?
doing
What's
tonight?
up? Doing well, doing well. How about yourself?
I'm hanging in there, man. This is another day, another show, trying to get this BS ready and whatnot. Dave, since you're in the house, you know what? Let's talk about some struggle of your team, the New York Mets.
Yeah,
Let's get into that. Let's
yeah.
see what's going on, man. I
They suck.
mean, I mean that's obvious. I'm just saying, but you know what? Honestly, my take is it's early in the season still, but
Yeah,
they off to a very bad start. The Bichette signing isn't exactly going well for them. I do understand it's early in the season. Of course, you have Juan Soto who's been out for a couple of weeks. They're
Who?
yeah.
struggling for a couple. They're struggling offensively.
Oh, I need to fix my hearing. I thought you said.
Who? What do you think I said?
Ooh, I thought you said Han Solo.
Oh, well, come on now. Come on. I know my speaking is not that great, I get it. But at the same time, I don't think I can mistake
Like, wait a
Han
minute.
Solo
What universe
for
are we
Juan
in? Okay,
Solo.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, listen, I'll just say it and get it out the way. They started off, they looked like they might want to do something. And then Soto went down, but I don't think it's even that. I think they changed a lot of parts,
Mhm.
and I think they're trying to figure out their identity. Right now, their identity is a non-offensive one. It's offensive to look at, but
Yes,
it's
it is.
but it's non-offensive. I think they try to shore up a lot of defensive spots,
Mhm.
um, and hoped that they were going to get the offense. But right now, the offense is somewhere in a another universe, as Evelyn said, with Han Solo and Chewie in there. So
Right.
get I don't get like overly excited either way
Mhm.
this early. I don't think they're as bad as they've been playing.
No.
But I don't think that they are as good as going into the spring we were promised. I think they've got good pieces, but do these pieces work together? I don't know. And
Mhm.
so I haven't watched that much. I mean, these LA games, forget it. They
Oh yeah,
start at 10 o'clock, and I'm not
exactly.
following. And then I've been at last week, I was out a whole lot, so I didn't catch the games. I was just
Okay.
kind of like watching on my phone the
Mhm.
scores. So I couldn't tell you what they look like. I could just tell you what the box score is telling me.
So
That's
who
that's
won the game? I didn't even watch. No, that was the Knicks game. I'm sorry. Never mind. We're on the different.
You were on
I
different
need to go back
story.
to sleep for real. I need to go back. I got 2 hours of sleep last night.
Come back
Yeah.
to us. Evelyn.
Yeah, come back to us. Exactly.
Yeah, but yeah. So
Right.
listen, but I said it in the text group also. They got swept by a homeless team.
Wow. Wow, that's wrong.
Yeah, that's the Oakland A's. I was like, wow, that's a Dave went hard with that one, man. That was kind of bad right there. I was like, damn, man, you got to call the team homeless or whatnot. Which you're not lying. I'm just saying,
Were they camping out outside the gate?
Yeah, they're in borrowed spaces right now until they can get their new stadium.
Yeah,
God.
I gotta tell you honestly, like I was gonna bring this up to you, Dave, because I know you're a big time Met fan. I used to be. Do you think it's the culture to me? You know what I'm saying? Even with you don't think so? Even with a new owner who initially tried to buy players, and even the additions they got this year and whatnot, they've been struggling. It's like Trevor Simeon. I just mentioned Bo Bichette. It's just that it hasn't been working. And like you said earlier, you don't know if the pieces are.
So for Evelyn, you said Bo Bichette, not Boba Fett.
Are we gonna do the Star Wars theme tonight? Is that what's going down?
Is that what? Yeah.
I can't stand you right now.
Oh Lord, this guy be taking shots after shots. Jesus Christ!
Live talking about that.
Oh my Lord.
Where is
he? But I'm just saying.
Makes me laugh.
He's quite comical. But I'm just saying. These recent additions that they brought on to, and I like the GM. I like David Stearns.
Yeah,
I think because he was responsible, to be honest, with the Milwaukee Brewers and whatnot. And I thought he did an excellent job with them. And I figured he would bring that type to the Mets and whatnot. It looked really good. You have a guy that has a track record and whatnot. You got an owner that's willing to spend for top tier talent. I thought it was going to be a pretty good match. And like you said earlier, it's not matching up to what we expected.
It's not, but here's one of the dangers too. And listen, I'm all about Cohen and spending money and stuff like that. But sometimes when you get Cohen is a Met fan, he's not necessarily a baseball mind per se.
Right.
And this is not a knock on him, but it's kind of like when we as Met fans or fans in general, let's just say Knicks fans, we've had this conversation, in the past about the Knicks. If I ran the team, but sometimes we come from a fan perspective, and being a fan and he's definitely a good businessman, but I don't know that necessarily he is a baseball mind in that sense. He's a fan. He's a fan, and so it's like if the fan, the rabbit gets the gun, the fan has the money,
right,
and say, well, I would get this guy, I would get that guy, and I understand, he wanted to make a big splash coming in.
He did.
So I get all that, but and I don't see him to be overly hands-on. He's not like what we complained about some owners in the past, where they were either too much involved or too little involved. I think he has the right amount of that, but it's right now it's early. It's still early for him as well as an owner, and I don't really put.
I'm not really said Pete Alonso.
Alonso. Yeah. I
mean, how is he doing in Baltimore anyway?
I haven't followed, honestly.
Right.
I haven't been watching a whole lot of anything, sports related.
That's not cursed.
Yeah. Is that what? Is it who's saying that? Reggie? Yeah. Well, Reggie.
Which goes back. No, I'm just of course, but I'm just saying that goes back to my thing about the culture and whatnot. Again, the new ownership and whatnot. I mean, maybe they are cursed. I'm just saying, because even let me just say, even I was excited. I'm not that fan like that. Oh, yeah, don't choke on it. We can't have that.
Don't choke. Yeah.
We don't want any on air, mishaps, so to speak. We don't need that. let me just let me just bring two of my other people in. We got my man Hollop. Hollop, your mic is live whenever you're ready. And also, Mr. Live is here. Mr. Live, thank you for joining us. Hope all is well with you two gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
All right. Just doing a little talking about the Mets and whatnot. Maybe they are cursed. I was honestly, as a Yankee fan, I was actually excited to see this guy Steve Cohen become the new owner and take over because it was time for the Wilpons to go because I got sick and tired of them.
Yeah, we all did.
You know,
again, I'm not really. If I can be totally honest, a lot has changed for me in the past year, and so how much I devote emotional energy to a lot of this stuff, I kind of pick and choose. How upset I want to be about certain things. And I'm speaking, specifically, due to the loss that my wife and I experienced a year ago now. So I don't get high and low as much about things, particularly sports.
Okay.
Do I watch it? Do I enjoy? I'm a lifelong Met fan, and I'd love to see them do well, but I can't give the emotional energy that I used to give to these things. So I don't really let it get to me as much anymore.
All right. Well said, brother. Anybody else?
Now that I brought everybody down, sorry about that.
Debbie Downer.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good. Anybody else care to speak on this topic? Well, I guess not. No one cares about the Mets, Dave. No one cares.
Oh, that's wrong. That's just wrong. Somebody cares.
No one
out there cares.
No one gives a shit of. Yeah, sorry, buddy. I would mention the Yankees, but we don't have Dom here because he's a big time Yankee fan, as well as myself and whatnot. Basically, we're going through the same thing. We're not hitting the ball. We had a great start, but again, when we talk about baseball, we talk about 162 fucking games. Yep. This is not a sprint; it's a marathon. You understand? So to everybody that's on the ledge and ready to jump off, and whatnot, Mets and Yankee fans that are at the ledge and want to jump off, it's way too early. Anything can happen. We see, especially with the Mets and whatnot. We've seen them kind of just like drifted along. Then they went on that run and took themselves to the World Series, which they lost. Was it the World Series or was it
the NLCS when they lost to the Dodgers?
Exactly. Exactly. But they was on a nice little run.
Just like football, is it the coaching?
I wonder about the coaching aspect of it too. I don't know. I mean, I think I think that I don't think that's a problem. I think that they just on the field they're not really getting their identity. They they let go of players like McNeil and Nimmo, and not that they were world beaters, but sometimes that chemistry. You remove certain guys, and we know what the rumors have been about. How volatile maybe the chemistry was between them and Lindor. I don't know if that's real or not, and I think sometimes there's a lot of exaggeration that's going on with that. But hey, and Ronan Black,
he's foul. He's foul. He's foul. I agree with you, man. Put the Mets in a bottle, and you can sell them as sleeping pills. That's
wow. Yeah. Well. As opposed to the Yankees who have been keeping people up at night and on the ledge for their losing as well.
Right.
So we go to sleep, and the other one can't sleep.
Right.
So here we are.
Exactly. Well, like I said, nobody really cares about the Mets. I like to hear some other voices though, but that's okay. I'm still doing the show. We're gonna keep it moving.
Well, let's go to the second half of your question. The Yankees.
Like I said, I would
chime in. Chime in.
Yeah, Reg, chime in. Let me stop. I'm putting on my glasses or not.
Man, they suck too.
Put the fork down and
there you go. Oh,
sorry.
They suck too.
Yeah.
Listen, I can tell you right now.
But
no,
the Yankees
they
are
don't.
notoriously slow starters. So
They
Well,
weren't before, though. They weren't, back when what's his name, Jeter and A-Rod were there. They were on top of their game. So maybe they just need.
no, they were not.
the
No?
problem is you got key players that are not producing or whatnot. Jazz Chisholm Jr. That's one guy. Austin Wells. That's another guy. This other kid that plays third base. He's a great glove, but no stick. Pause. Okay. Ryan McMahon. Okay, these guys have had slow starts, whatnot. Their pitching, while it's been steady, it's not helping out with the offensive performance or whatnot. They need to score runs, and because their pitching hasn't really been that bad, like on that level, So once it, but again, once it gets straightened out, we're still in April, just like David said. We're not even close to, we're halfway through the month of April and whatnot. Anything can happen. So that's what I'm hoping for as a Yankee fan. So we'll see how that turns out.
Let's wait till about May or June. When the Met season is over. That's when the Yankee season really just starts. So.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't end tragically.
We'll see. We'll soon see. Let me skip to a little bit basketball real quick. But before I do that, I'm liking this. I think now I have not been a big supporter of the WNBA. Everybody pretty much knows that because I always question the women that the league was built for and their loyal fandom, so to speak, or lack of it. First of all, and no offense, Warrior. That's a Ed, by the way.
Oh, I don't care. You can say whatever you want.
No offense.
I like them, but they're not in competition with the NBA.
And it's not even a competition. They seem to be in sync with women in general. Women do not like each other.
Nope. Really?
They really don't like.
Women,
really.
I know.
They really see me and the brothers and whatnot. The brothers, we get along well, but women do not like. They'll put on the front.
Mm-hmm.
They'll put on the front, okay, but then behind closed doors, when they're with their man and whatnot, I can't stand that bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So again,
and they'll tell every detail of what's going on in her life, and then say, with all due respect.
This kind of matches the amount of support that the WM. But this is changing because I'm seeing a little bit more change with the type of players, like this young lady that was drafted number 1, Azzi Fudd. I understand she's like a 45% a 3-point shooter and whatnot, and getting together with Paige Buchers in Dallas. So we might see something special, maybe, if they play up to the part that they've been playing.
Get rid of the whole league.
Let me ask you this.
And here, hold on, Warrior. Give me 1 second. Get rid of the whole league, sir.
Get rid of the whole league. What is this? A charity?
You're right. You said what I was gonna say.
Brother,
never mind. I'm good.
Hold on, brother. Hold on for a second, my dude. Now again, I am not the biggest supporter of that league. I am willing to come off my stance and actually watch a game or two this season because I think the season starts in May, if I'm not mistaken.
In May, yeah.
And they're
Can I ask you a question?
Go right ahead, sir.
Are you going to be watching that game with another dude or with a girl?
Wait, what?
Wow.
That was crazy.
Wow.
That was crazy.
Remember, G-rated?
Okay, be careful how you answer that.
Listen, I got a great answer, actually. I'm going to be watching it by myself.
That's
Hey,
good.
yeah,
Well, I knew it would either be with one of your homeboys. It would either be with one of your homeboys or by yourself, because it damn sure ain't going to be with no woman. I'm just personally tired of the charity trying to fight for stuff that even women don't want. Like, what is this, politically correct?
Right.
So I can feel like a good guy because I support women's sport. Man, I don't give a damn. Get rid of it.
Yeah.
Damn. Huh?
What do we mean by politically correct?
F word, it's okay.
Oh, he knows that.
You have guys who want to, feel good about themselves by saying, "Well, I support the WNBA." I don't support the WNBA,
No,
which
I don't
puts me
either. It,
squarely on the same side as the vast majority of women.
right.
So
Thank you.
why? It's the same. Like, and it bleeds over. Like, just recently on Facebook,
Mhm.
somebody was like, "Yo, do you think there should be a woman president?" Like, hell no. Women don't want a women president.
Oh
Right.
well.
Right, because
Why are we constantly fighting for things that women don't even want?
Well, you could have fooled me with the president thing.
politically correct. You said it
So-
right.
So holla, brother. Let me. This is what I love about this show, because we could just go from one topic to just like totally off the hinges, which I love. I love it. I'm sorry, but holla. Let me get back to you with the whole women as a president thing. Now, was it me, or did it seem like there was a huge push for this chick? What's her name? Kamala.
It was a huge push by some women who don't
Mhm.
really work in the interests of other women and men.
Right. Right.
But
And-
if there was so much of a huge push, why didn't she win? Because the vast majority of women did not vote for her.
Right.
The vast majority of women did not vote for Hillary Clinton. So
And
women
it's not
don't want
because of color either.
no, women don't want a woman president. Women don't listen. I'll keep it 100%.
Uh-oh.
Women don't want to be in charge. Period.
Well,
You get. I'll give you an example. You have a woman that can make 6 figures, right? Sometimes even 7 figures.
Mhm.
And that same woman still wants you to plan the date, still wants you to take over the financial responsibility, da 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 da. They don't want somebody that's an equal to them. They want somebody that's better than them.
Can I?
And that's
I'm
the
sorry.
truth.
I
True.
agree with you. I agree with you. But there are women who don't want to be in charge, but will take charge because the men won't do it. I'm not saying men and women. I don't even care. You do what you want. But like me, you know my history. I had to do it all myself, so I don't really care if a man is emasculated by a strong woman. I really don't care. But he was right. A lot of women want to be taken care of. They don't want a partner. They want someone for their emotions, someone for their to clean up after them. It's each side. It is what it is.
Let me just say this.
Let me address
Hold on, Holly. Give me 1 second, please. Yeah, from our brother. Thanks for your support at Steve. This is Steve Azul. Thanks for checking us out and whatnot. He says, I don't think the WNBA ratings is better than MLS. That's soccer, and damn near all of Major League Soccer games is on Apple TV.
Get rid of it.
All right, Holly.
You know what? Well, let me just address that point, because we talked about this before. If women were really interested in the WNBA, they can turn that into a money-making venture. They can turn it into a venture that creates jobs for women. If they were really that interested, they would take over and feminize the WNBA. Make it their own. You know what I'm saying? But they're not interested. And so why am I fighting for something that they don't even want?
Right.
So that's my point on that. Now, to get back to what I was going to say, men are not emasculated by strong women. They're annoyed by them.
Are you saying you're annoyed by me? Just come out and say it. I don't care.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about this. Every time I hear the strong women, because first of all, I don't even, if a woman is calling herself strong, I don't believe her.
Okay.
Because most strong women are not really saying I'm a strong woman. Some of the strongest women that I've ever met are known never called themselves, well, I'm independent. I don't need a man. I'm strong. They don't do that.
Right.
It sounds like cope. Like you're trying to convince yourself of something. If you're really strong, you're strong. You don't have to make no public announcements about it. People know when they're around you. Like I used to tell this story about my aunt. who's probably one of the sweetest persons that I've ever met. She was so her spirit was so gentle. If she was to come into a room where people are arguing, everybody would calm down just because she
Oh
entered the
wow,
room.
She had that kind of energy.
Right.
that's
Walked
powerful.
into a room
Yeah.
and changed the environment.
Femininity is a powerful thing. I don't understand why women want to embrace being a man.
Mm.
Oh God, I can go into a whole rabbit hole with that one. But
I think it's because they don't understand the power of femininity. It was never taught to them, or they
right.
never been around it to experience it.
Can I
You don't
make
have to be an imitation man. That's not making your case any better as a woman. Be a
right?
woman.
But let me ask you a question. How I don't know if you've ever read the Bible. The Bible was designed to make women look bad, and it's not the original writings in the Bible. The Bible was rewritten and rewritten and rewritten about 20,000 times. And the whole rib thing is to make women look submissive. In the Bible, it says man and women were created equally, and they took that out. So I don't really give a rat's potatoes what anybody thinks. I've survived since before I was born till now, and everybody else can fuck off for all I care.
Let me just interrupt you there, Warrior, for a second. We got the Bishop. Your mic is live. Oh well, he just went off.
Wow!
His mic will be live when he came in. When he comes back on, I'll put him live.
What was that picture of?
Can I ask y'all something? Because it's something that's been curious to me. Like I love that she mentioned the Bible. Adam, right, came first before Eve. Right?
Yeah. According to the Bible now.
Yeah, according to the Bible, he came first. So my question is this: God, who's supposed to be all-knowing, created Adam without giving him a mate, right?
According to the Bible now.
So my question is, and this might sound vulgar to people, but it's a legitimately logical question. Did Adam have a dick?
I don't know. I would
There goes that word again.
And if he did,
did he have a Richard? Yeah, he did have a Richard.
If he did, why? Because Eve wasn't around. Eve wasn't even created.
Well, damn.
And if God knew that he was going to use that for his mate, why didn't he just give him one? Why did he wait to take the rib out and create a woman? Hey, this guy needs a mate. Well, he already had a dick.
I can't stand you right
now. Oh man, I can't even. Wow.
I'm just curious. Like, has anybody ever thought of that?
That dude. Yeah, I can't even answer that one. I don't even want to answer that one, to be honest with you, man.
Okay, let me show you something. Let me show you something. Genesis 1.27 and 5.1-2. God created humanity as male and female in his own image, bestowing equal value, dignity, and authority, rule over creation. So today's Bible, I don't really care about it because it's meant to make women look submissive, and it's meant to make men look, masculine. So it's all manipulation, and I'm over it. You have to read the original Bible.
Go ahead, brother. And Bishop, your mic is live as well. You can speak whenever you want to.
You're talking about the Bible, and supposedly man was created in God's image. How does man know what God's image actually is?
Right.
There's not a human being on earth that's ever seen God. I'm just saying.
Ronan, I've asked that question so many times and I never got an answer. Because they say, well, God exists outside of time and space. And so whenever I hear somebody say that, I say, well, where do you exist?
Right.
Do you exist outside of time and space? Oh, no. You exist within time and space. So then how the hell could you verify what exists outside of your reality?
Right.
Ronan also just said put something in the
That
chat.
goes right into quantum mechanics, but we won't go there today.
Yeah, Ronan just put something in there. Actually, Lilith came before Eve. Lilith was actually Adam's first mate.
Thank you. Somebody finally read the Bible.
Well, you know what?
Lilith and Adam were created equally, and they made Lilith a demon because she would not submit. That's all it is. And Lilith wasn't Adam's first wife. So Eve wasn't Adam's first wife.
And the cycle continues.
Exactly. I'm so over it. I'm
talking about women that don't submit. Yes.
I gotta be honest, man. I gotta be honest. It's like I put as much credence into the Bible as I do into Amazing Spider-Man #1.
Oh wow! Oh, come
Amazing.
on!
That was a good issue though.
You totally just
it
went
was.
right over my head. I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, I love talking about it, and there's some good things, like some good verses in there, and some lessons that you can take and apply to your life. I won't totally gig on it, but so was the X-Men. There was a lot of things that I learned. The X-Men, Fantastic Four.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
right,
I learned Thor was probably a relative.
Try not to talk over each other, please.
Sorry.
All right, hold on for a second. Go ahead, Bishop.
No, I was just saying, like, I be wrong. Like, I'm not gonna start preaching to anybody, and you're entitled to your own beliefs and your own value system and so forth. But one of the things that we also got to consider is, like, just because you don't believe in it and you're not somebody who follows the teaching or follows the doctrine doesn't mean that it's invalid.
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all.
Not at
Everybody.
Not at all.
That's called free will, my friend.
No, I'm just saying, like, when you equate like a comic book to something that's sacred to others, it's kind of like a little disrespectful.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not. Again, you're a grown man. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I'm just saying, like, if somebody is, and not me, if somebody is really religious and devout, and this is the book that they live their life according to.
Right, you're right.
It's kind of like I maybe I don't believe in everything that's in there, but I still will kind of like keep it in a.
It still gives you inspiration.
It's not disrespectful for me to give my opinion on what that text
not
means
at all
to me.
Right.
And it's invalid to me. So I really don't care what somebody else feels about it. Like if they want to worship that, they want to believe in it, by all means. I never would tell somebody not to believe in something or not to worship whatever they want to worship. But if you ask me, I'm going to give you an answer. And my answer is I don't consider it valid for me.
Right.
That's it. And I don't have to respect other people's opinions because they don't respect mine.
Right.
There's a lot of things that people do that's disrespectful to me. And I allow it to, because this is the world we live in. You can't control everybody.
Right. And thank you for saying that. It took me a long time to figure that out.
Interesting. Damn. Again.
So how did we get on the Bible anyway?
I think we started with the WNBA.
It started with that. Again, another unhinged portion just took over.
And my take was to get back to that, get rid of it. It's not what women want. So then why are men trying to play like the good guy? Like, oh, I'm a feminist. Like, man, get the hell out of here. Get rid of that league.
Right.
Nobody will miss it, especially women.
Do you remember when I said the court of public opinion is the highest court in the land?
Well, it depends. It depends. If that's how you.
I don't care. I don't care what anybody thinks about me. You can say whatever you want. But with the age of social media, and everybody knowing everything about everything and every second of every day, then this is, and able to. This is what gets me. People have arguments with strangers online. Like, really, you ain't got nothing better to do?
Apparently not. Apparently not.
So yeah. So I'm just saying, it is what it is. I really don't care. I've been through a lot, and I know who I am. And if you don't like it, get the flip out. I didn't say it.
You could have. All right. Ain't nobody governing this.
I have a rule when it comes to like the online discussions. Is like when I see the person's nose start flaring, then that's when I back out gracefully.
Gotcha.
It ain't that deep.
No.
It's not that deep.
I feel you. I feel you. Well, once again, like I said, this is part of ours is Untitled, and we go from 0 to 60 here. So that's just what it is. Start off with the WNBA, and got into a little bit of the Bible and religion. So
with missing ribs.
Why did Adam?
One win.
Why did Adam have
a barbecue and honey mustard? Thank you.
Why did Adam have a penis before Eve was created? I'm just wondering.
That's interesting. Now, I like I said,
is a whole other.
I am not no expert on that, but listen. Wow.
So
that's
I have something interesting that I just realized.
What would that be?
You remember I told you I was trafficked on Long Island, right?
Okay. Yes.
Long time ago. I think a couple shows back, and well, turns out I was in the exact same spot 5 months after the bodies were found.
Oh.
Exact same sand.
Jeez.
Craziness. But anyways.
About that Gogo Beach thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Directly across the street, actually. There was a house party and anyway, so yeah, I just thought I'd share that. I just realized it when they said the guy confessed, and I'm like, oh wow, that's awesome. Awesome.
Guys, well, let me get into some other stuff real quick, if you guys don't mind. Let's get into the early season. No, I did this already. I'm sorry. Pardon that. That's the wrong one.
Yeah. I think we started with that.
You don't want to talk about it again, Dave?
I didn't want to talk about it the first time.
No, we do not.
Can I ask y'all about something real quick?
Go ahead, this live, please.
Did y'all hear about this KRS-One Africa Bambaataa situation?
I did hear about
it. I saw the headline.
Is it a new situation? Because I remember
no. It's a new situation. It's an old situation brought back up because he just passed. Africa Bambaataa just passed a little while ago. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's a new it's the old controversy, but it's KRS-One.
Yes, sir.
Idiotically doubling down on this shit. So
yeah, crazy.
What did he say exactly? Because I didn't look into it. What did he say exactly?
The double down is more of what he said before, which is if you don't excuse Bambaataa, and this I'm paraphrasing, if you don't excuse Bambaataa, leave hip hop. Right? If you got a problem with Bambaataa, leave hip hop. Right?
Is this related to the innuendo about his sexuality?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Well, him abusing children.
Now, is that factual or is that rumor?
4 people came out and he settled with one that I know about. I don't know how many others he settled with, but I know four men made accusations about him molesting them when he was when they were children.
But I think the issue that Live is raising with KRS-One is it's not whether it's the allegations were true about Bambaataa. It's the fact that KRS-One is essentially saying that even if it is true, if you got a problem with Bambaataa, then you got a problem with hip hop, and you should be part. And that's the issue.
So I It's like what's going on with these senior citizens? I don't understand. Like, isn't KRS-One like 60?
He's 60.
It should be
Yeah,
about 6.
yeah, and
Yeah,
in
it's like
that song with Channel Live where he said, he'd be
Rocking the
rocking
microphone to a
until you
motherfucking 60.
60. Well, I guess it's time to put it
It's
down.
about time.
no. I'm just saying no. So it's like, okay, so why are we rehashing this? Because there's a lot of things that we could go back into
Well,
history, pull.
right. Bambaataa
know-
just passed, and KRS-One just doubled down on it.
But I'm
So,
saying you couldn't memorialize him in a different way and say, all of the contributions or whatever it is that you feel
he
like
tried. He tried to make the crux of his protection his contributions, and I say fuck them contributions. You understand what I'm saying?
Can I
Like
ask a question?
Wait a minute. Can I chime in real quick? So,
yeah, sure.
you have that same feeling about R. Kelly too?
I have a similar. They're very similar. Yes.
Can I ask a question? Because I'm
Please.
curious.
Sure.
Did he, after Bambaataa died, did he bring this back up, or did they go back to the quote from before?
He was asked. He was asked because again, Bambaataa just passed a little while ago or
Yeah,
something like that.
it's
Okay,
And
so
he
it
was
was a
asked.
recent statement.
Yeah.
It was like last
The
week.
double down. It's the if you don't like it, leave hip hop. That's a recent statement.
so
Didn't he
you
also didn't he
could
add to
debate.
the fact? Didn't he say something about I don't really care if he did something to the kids or whatnot? To that extent.
More or less,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
He
fucking
definitely
stupid.
insinuated that because of Bambaataa, but well, and he tried to evoke blackness in it too, meaning we should we take the cue from other people, you know what I'm saying, and they forgive their pioneers and whatever. Why shouldn't we? Because he's a fucking pedophile. That's why.
Right.
Well,
You know what I'm
what
saying?
they do is they never the other people they never acknowledge it. They always keep it in ambiguity. It could have happened. It could not have happened. It's this. It's that. It's us who we become like extremely like the principle of the thing, and it's kind of like, okay, well, there's just certain things that you just don't
You don't excuse.
accept. You don't
Yeah, you
accept
don't
and you don't excuse. Now, don't get me wrong, like it's two separate things. Like you can say, okay, well, I don't like the fact that he did this, but his contributions, you can't really you can separate the two. Like I can say, hey, well, R. Kelly was a musical genius. The fact that in his real life he was a depraved individual, it's two separate, because you have all kinds of entertainers. If you knew their true story and their backdrop and their history, you wouldn't watch certain movies, you wouldn't listen to certain music. So these are not like outliers, is what I'm trying to say. And although I don't condone anything that R. Kelly did, I got to tell you, like, for those 80s, like, he had that music industry on smash with some of the
it kind of still do. He's again,
things.
to your point, he a musical genius.
I agree
It's like,
1,000% with that. I agree
and
1,000%.
it's like, you can't. So I'm not going to say, hey, well, I'm going to discredit all of the good that he did just because of the bad that he did.
I got to
That's like putting
disagree with
somebody
you
in
with
the
that,
box.
brother. I can definitely do that. I mean, I won't even like enter an argument about his genius because he doesn't transgress. We don't. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna lie.
I got a book. Well, a book a foot long about the psychology of Hitler. Hitler was a genius. Hitler was a brilliant tactician and a statesman, and he brought Germany from a fucking hovel to a world fucking power. Fuck that dude. Fuck that dude. We don't expound on none of that shit. Why? Because he was a vile fucking demon. You understand what I'm saying? He was a vile demon. And when we kind of pacify that shit, oh, okay, well, he was a bad motherfucker on the drums. No, fuck that. He was a pedophile. He was a pedophile. Plain and simple. He was a pedophile first. All of that other shit, that gang lord shit and that other thing, all of that shit was secondary. There's a fucking demon.
So if you understand the history of like where where his beginnings. So his grandfather was sexually abusing and had kids with, I believe, one of his siblings, and his sibling and aunts and uncles. There was a lot of incest going on in his family. His sister sexually abused him, so he was coming from a very, I say, a very disturbed background. And despite, and I'm not excusing anything. I'm not excusing. So don't. I'm not an advocate to be like, no. I'm just saying, like, despite all of that, there was out of that pain and unprocessed hurt that he had, he was able to channel that into something that was like, like no matter what you think about him, like his music, if you listen to movies, things like that, they can't edit all of the stuff out, or they won't edit all of the stuff out. He's touched a lot of different artists and a lot of, so you would have to go back and say, okay, well, I'm not listening to R. Kelly. I'm not going to listen to this artist.
James Brown. You know what I'm saying? All of these cats. Yeah.
So it's kind of like I'm very careful. I'm very careful not to. Yeah, I'm very careful not to accept the villainization. Now, don't again. I got to preface. I am in no way, shape, or form supporting pedophiles.
Right.
Or that type of behavior.
You don't have to add no qualifiers.
Yeah, you ain't got to do that. Yeah.
I'm just saying, like some of the stuff, it's like it was that's generational, and I'm not going to like say, okay, well, I'm going to discredit everything that this person did because they fell short in this instance, because we all fall short at some points in our life. Some a little bit deeper than others, and who am I to judge to say, hey, because this person fell short, fuck everything that they've ever done. I can't do that.
That's crazy.
Basically, what I was going to say is that there really is no right or wrong answer. It comes down to like the individual. I can understand somebody saying this guy's accomplishment, in hip hop, blah blah blah, and they gain some inspiration from that. And I can understand somebody saying, "Yo, fuck that dude." I don't think either opinion is wrong.
Right.
It's up to the person to determine who that person is to them and how they're gonna deal with that. Like I'll give you a short example because it reminds me of Chris Benoit.
Okay.
I'm a wrestling fan, and Chris Benoit was my favorite wrestler.
Right.
My favorite wrestler. I thought he was the best.
For sure.
But what happened?
He did the
he killed his wife, killed his son, and killed himself.
Yeah.
Damn.
So then people are saying, "Oh, well, he should be in the Hall of Fame." I'm like, well, should he?
Right.
I mean, he threw it all away by making that decision. So why are we even talking about it? If anything, if Africa Bambaataa made the decision to do that, what he did, then he's the one to put the stain on his name.
Right.
He has to take the personal responsibility for his legacy. Not me, not you, not anybody else.
Right.
So I think it's up to the person to determine. Like, I totally understand the brother saying, man, fuck him. I get it. I get it. And he's not wrong by saying that. But also, if somebody is saying, all right, well, I'm going to overlook his personal thing and just pay attention to what he did musically for hip hop, I understand them too.
Right. Shamik, your mic is live. Thanks for joining. Long time no here. Hopefully all is well with you, brother.
What's good, y'all?
What's good, brother?
Hey, know what's going on?
Just a little talking about some pedophilia with the.
No, we weren't actually. Whoa! We weren't actually talking about.
We did a pause button for that.
Hold tight. Wait a minute.
Part of the subject matter. We weren't talking about it.
I'm trolling. We was talking about Africa Bambaataa and that situation where KRS-One had made some comments.
Africa Bambaataa is a booty bandit.
See?
What? Wait, what? Wait, who said that?
Shamik said it.
Shamik
Yes,
says.
Can you
Shamik
turn
said.
your speaker up a little?
My volume, I
It's
think
hard to
all the
hear
way up.
you. Oh,
Y'all can
okay.
hear me?
All right. Yeah,
I
I can
hear
hear
you.
you.
Yeah, I hear you.
I hear you.
Yeah, African Bambaataa is a notorious booty bandit and child molester. It's not a theory. It's a fact.
That's sick.
He's been doing that for years.
Yep.
That is
Yeah,
sick.
And
it's
That's
just like
sickening.
his
just like some of the
legacy has
religious.
to take that hit.
What I'm saying, it's just like some of the pastors. When
Mm.
you start looking at, all of these pastors and they, Eddie Long, a few of the others, it's just like
TD Jakes. Yeah.
TD Jakes, and
Yeah.
all
Well, you
these guys
remember
are railing against
the
homosexuality. Then you catch them in the hotel high on crystal meth with a male prostitute, and it's like, yo, your
right.
whole
Thou
legacy,
protest too much.
And the
yeah,
whole scandal with the Catholic priests and the altar boys, that
Oh
just
yeah.
makes
Well,
me
that's.
throw up.
Mm.
That
You know
makes
what's
me want to
crazy?
literally throw up.
You know what's crazy about all of it is that you'll have Christians that'll pick and choose from the Bible. Homosexuality in the Bible is an abomination. I don't know if you know what abomination means, but it's almost worse than breaking one of the 10 sins.
Mm-hmm.
Like an abomination
Right.
is a powerful word. Then you'll have Christians also say, well, people should be able to do what they want to do. So a lot of I think it's a lot of religions, they play the fence with their religion. Like there's no gray line when it comes to homosexuality, as the doctrine says in the Bible.
Right.
It's
Well,
clear cut.
it depends on
Well,
which Bible
then,
you read, because there's some
All
churches
of
that
them.
have LGBT
Mm.
support.
you know
and
what
some
else is an
churches that,
abomination?
Beastie Boys?
No,
Yeah,
shrimp.
them
Eating
two.
shrimp is an abomination. So if you went to
Yeah.
Red Lobster, you going to hell.
Yep.
Eating shrimp is not eating shrimp,
Yeah.
eating
Yeah.
shrimp is not a, eating shrimp isn't an abomination in the Bible. It's in Deuteronomy when they talk about you can't eat. It also says don't eat pork or touch his dead carcass. It says don't
Yeah.
eat the scavenged in
Pigskin.
the sea, but it's not an abomination. An abomination is way worse than what happens if you eat something
Yeah.
that's in Deuteronomy. In Deuteronomy 8, it stipulates what you should and shouldn't consume. That's not an abomination. Homosexuality is an abomination.
Right.
By the way, I eat shrimp with cocktail sauce.
Yeah, shrimp is the pork of the sea. It's not
yeah,
just shrimp too. There's a
you're
lot
going
of
to
stuff you're
hell.
not supposed to eat.
You're going to hell.
Oh, I knew that a long time ago, my friend.
Yo, Ev, you on fire for the
going to
last
hell
2
in
weeks.
cocktail sauce. Going to hell with cocktail sauce.
I
That's
know a lot of
right.
people would
That's
rather
right.
go
I'm
to
gonna
hell
take
than to
it
not
with
eat
me.
bacon.
You know what? It's all good because I survived.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
but
talked about that being
I'm
a
still taking the
carcinogen.
and I'm still taking the shrimp, and I'm letting the lobster live.
Like I said, they talked about bacon being a carcinogen and whatnot and leading to cancer. They
Oh,
have,
Right.
yeah. You know
You
what I'm
think
saying?
It's
that's
in,
stopping people
in
from
the
eating
cooking
bacon?
of it.
No, it's not. Well, you know
hell
what?
no.
Here's the thing: the marketing of bacon has been out there. Everything tastes better with bacon, right?
Yep. Yep.
That's been pretty much the catchphrase of it all.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's not the bacon itself. It's in the cooking. It's when you cook it, it creates nitrites, and those are cancer-causing chemicals. So it's not the bacon itself. It's not the baby pigs that they're killing. It's it is in the cooking. So you know, you're probably best to cook your bacon in the air fryer.
It's not the cooking with the bacon. Pig has no circulatory system and they eat trash. So when you eat something that eats trash, you eat trash as well. It doesn't matter if you bake it, fry it, steam it. It don't matter.
Still trash.
Exactly.
Gross.
It's the pig
That's a visual I didn't need.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
It doesn't have, no matter what
they
you do
eat
to it,
everything. They eat their
it's
own
still the
shit.
same meat.
I think.
Oh, I know.
If
I
you
grew up
chew
on a
to
pig farm. I know. I grew up
If
on
you
a pig
chew-
farm.
That's the reason why you're not.
Oh, then you can answer this question for me. If a snake bites a pig, does a pig die?
Depends on what kind of snake it is.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, I heard they don't. I heard they don't die off of that.
Well,
thing.
they have a really, really good immune system. That's why they use pigs for human organs, and they're extremely smart. But people eat them like they don't care. Whatever. I don't care. I don't eat meat. I do eat fish. I will eat a whole pound of shrimp and not feel bad about it.
Oh yeah.
You're a pescatarian.
Nor should you.
I don't think anybody. I think if you're gonna, I think once you start pulling the Christian card, then be a Christian.
Right.
If you're gonna pull your Christian card, then follow everything that's in the Bible. If you're not pulling a Christian card, do whatever you want to do, but don't be a Christian when it's convenient for you.
Don't be a half-ass one.
You just described the average Christian.
Okay, well, moving on. I have a question for everybody.
Whoa.
I have a question for everybody.
Hold on.
All right, let me just ask this question. Can everybody afford $2 a week?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. For what?
Yo,
That's how much it would cost each one of us to keep this show going.
Yep.
Yeah, why not?
$2 a week. That's how much it, and then R doesn't have to work so hard saving the world.
Yep.
Oh damn.
We'll talk about that soon, guys. We'll talk about that soon.
It comes down to 28 cents a day. Like what? Really? What?
For 20,
and for 28
he got you on the UNICEF commercial.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and
for $26 today, you can put up some motherfucking porridge in there.
You can feed the animals. You know, they're waiting for food in their bowls, and they don't know. Some of them
I hate those commercials. I can't watch them.
You too.
If you
can help maintain a podcast.
$10, $15, and you can get one of John's onesies.
And the Angus Black button.
Anyways, I just wanted. I'm done.
Oh Jesus!
Yo,
you got
we'll also send you a colored tube sock with batteries, D batteries in it, in case you want to wait on the subway.
Oh Jesus! I tell you. So, for the people that's in New York and whatnot, there's very few of us here on this line and whatnot. What do you think about this guy, Mondani? Have you heard he's this affordable stores, food stores? Like there's gonna be 5. Yeah, the grocery store 5, 1 in each borough. What's some of your thoughts on that?
All I know is
I don't know the whole plan. What's the whole plan? What is it?
Well, it's supposed to be affordable food and whatnot for New Yorkers and whatnot. From what I understand,
is it anything like affordable housing?
He's been
that he promised, right?
He's been actively doing the things that he said he was going to do.
Nice, very nice.
So when he said that he was going to lower rent, he's actively lowering rent. I don't think so. When he said he was going to make the subway rides free,
not the subway, the buses.
The buses or public transportation, he gonna make that free. I don't know about that because that's the MTA. And when he said that he was going to make the rich pay taxes, then I was reading something where he's like, well, it's not enough rich people, so we're gonna have the working people pay the taxes. And all of the stuff, it all sounds good. It all sounds good. It if you say it in the right backdrop, you have the right music, you have people holding signs and stuff. All of that stuff sounds really, really good. Yes.
What's the alternative?
It's all
who's the alternative candidate that everybody loves so much that they hate this guy?
You had to elect somebody. It was just like with Eric Adams. You had to elect somebody.
But I'm asking, who's the candidate that everybody's going to be pleased with? That because when you say you're going to do something for the people, then they say, well, you ain't going to do nothing for the people. So then what do people want?
Again, the things that he was standing on is an impossibility because the mayor of a city, even a big city like New York, does not control private housing. They don't control that. They don't even control the city housing. Right. They can ask for things like more rent control or whatever.
You can put a freeze on it.
It's not for them to dictate that. As far as like the MTA and all that, and then you say you're going to put a store in each borough. You know how big each of these boroughs are that you got one store that's going to solve the food shortages or the health inequalities that you have.
Yeah.
One store in each borough. That's ridiculous. That's insulting. That's insulting.
No,
I mean,
I got all of that, but like Holland said, what is the alternative? And a lot of the things that these politicians say are what people are asking them. We need this when they go out. When these politicians go out to the communities, they ask for things that are probably outside of the power of the mayor anyway. So they're going to ask the mayor, well, what are the biggest problems? Well, the subways, the MTA is too high, the rent is too high, all of these things. And so when they respond to that, I don't think it's fair to say, well, why are they promising things that they can't do when this is what the people ask them to do?
So you've basically said the bar is so low that we're willing to accept somebody who's outright lying to our face.
No, what I'm
So
saying is people are asking for these things.
Holla, you a few weeks ago, you made a very interesting point. I looked it up when you said that black folks should hijack the Green Party and basically force our way into some representation and getting some of the things that are important to us. And I 110% agree with that. The option is both Democrat and Republicans, they both stand for the same thing. Screw you, give you the least amount. One of them just comes into your face and tells you directly, I don't give a shit about you. The other one will shake your hand, rub your back, and meanwhile doesn't give a shit about you either.
And then take a pay cut, pay off from Tylenol.
That's interesting.
Neither one of them are good options.
Nope.
Because neither one of them have your best interest. So if you say, okay, well, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, and then you give me a penance of what you promised that you were going to do, when I know good and well that you couldn't do it, and anybody in their right mind would know, hey, this guy can't do that, because if it was possible, guess what? It would have been done already. If it was possible, it would have been done in some way, shape, or form. It's ridiculous. So the bar.
I don't agree with that at all.
The bar is so low.
Then what do we do? Because let's
move out of New York.
Well, no, I'm just about to say, let's move out of New York. We vote for a president. You vote for the same election that I vote for. So let's take it out of New York. What have they done?
Absolutely
They made promises.
Nothing.
They made promises.
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely
nothing.
It's not just a New York problem.
Okay.
So we're talking about it because this guy is the first Muslim mayor, and all the things that we brought up about it. And I'm not saying that I'm for or against him. He's just came off of his 100th day. And one thing I will give him credit for is that he didn't make these promises and then run away and act like he never said it. He's going out there now. If what he's promised, he's finding out that he can't do, he's at least standing up there and standing on what he said. And not, we've had so many that they will promise you the world, and then once they get in the office, you remember that thing you said? Oh, I
don't remember that.
Right, I don't remember that. So
Bloomberg.
Yes,
that was Bloomberg.
You mean Donald Trump?
Days, the majority of them.
Again, the bottom line is, whether he stands up there and acknowledges that he sold you something that he couldn't deliver on, the bottom line is you can't deliver on what you said, and therefore it's a lie. It's a lie.
Well, listen, a lot of them,
like you said,
you make 100 promises and you do 20 of them. That's still more than what the last guy did.
The bar is low, and he was the best choice of the low bar. Like that. This whole
we haven't
thing
had
about
a high bar in New York.
Yeah, exactly. It's not. You're not going to get. First of all, a politician is a politician.
Right.
I don't trust no politician.
Right.
Because all they do is they cater themselves to whoever the crowd is that they're around or they're in front of. That's what politicians do.
Yeah.
It's all gamesmanship. So the question is, who's going to cause the least amount of damage? I think after this Trump fiasco, there's not a single person on this planet who can say that Kamala wouldn't have been a better president than this idiot.
Well, my friend,
you have to be a complete delusional idiot to think that. I've heard people are making this argument. Oh, well, Kamala would have been worse. This dude destroyed the global position of the U.S. in the Middle East.
Well, some would argue that he's just doing what the others wouldn't do, and they will all talk, and he's the guy of action. Now,
Yeah,
But
and
we
there's a
that's
know
reason why they wouldn't do it.
because they were smart enough to know that this was bigger than just an ego trip getting on and saying, hey, Operation Epic Fury, or whatever it is that they were talking that made them feel good and made them feel tough. They realized, hey, this ego trip could cost a global economy. This ego trip could tip things and put things in place that wasn't in place and weaken our position globally. This action that I take to placate my ego might just blow up in my face. They were
Well,
smart
they've
enough to
already
know.
lost the war.
Well, I don't know. Depends on
No,
who you ask.
I know, and I'll tell you
Yeah.
why they lost the war. Before the war started, the Strait
hmm
of Hormuz was open.
Correct the mundo.
Now, because they aggressively went after Iran, now the Strait of Hormuz is controlled by Iran, and now they're charging toll. And here's the part that nobody's talking about. They want to exchange to be in the Chinese yuan.
Yep.
So not
And you know,
only will the exchange be in the Chinese yuan, which basically will decimate the USD,
yep. And prop
but
the
now all of
yuan
your
up. Yep.
bases are destroyed. All your
Yep.
bases are destroyed in the Middle East. So they lost.
Well, it
It's
depends on who
over.
you ask, because there's still some delusional people out here that will be like, hey, well, he, is forcing them to negotiate. Before all of this stuff started, Iran had no design or inkling to take control of the Strait of Hormuz.
Nope.
Had none whatsoever. None whatsoever. There's no way possible that we could prevent them from doing the things that they do. It's a totally different country. Like if they're gonna get a nuclear weapon, guess what? They'll sneak and get it. We
And
had
you know what's so
something in
crazy
place.
about that?
Yeah.
You know what's so crazy about the whole nuke thing? If there's any country who is a legitimate threat to put a
hmm
nuke on the environment, it's fucking Israel.
Well,
It's not even Trump, because I think that Trump, there are people in the United States government that would stop him. Who's stopping
yeah.
Netanyahu?
Yeah. Well,
We
Israel is
talked about
and the
this
fact
earlier,
that
man.
Israel has nukes to begin with makes the whole argument moot.
well, if I'm the only one that has it in that territory, then guess what? I can take whatever I want.
Which gives great incentive to have one, doesn't it?
There you go.
Try telling Iran, oh, you now, because before the Ayatollah that was there put a fatwa against nuclear weapons. He didn't want them, but you killed him. So now his son is like doesn't share the same opinion that his father did, and his son is actually correct, because if you get a nuclear weapon, you'll be like North Korea. Ain't nobody fucking
Right.
with them.
Wow.
And this
Well, if
whole crap about Iran and civil rights, get the fuck out. Nobody gives a shit about Iranian citizens.
we don't even care
You think
about
the
U.S.
United
citizens.
States is over there bombing Iran because they care about Iranians? This dude threatened to nuke the entire country. That's
We
how
don't
much
care
he
We
about
cares
even
about
care about
Iranian
women right
citizens.
here. We
they
talk,
don't
yeah,
care
I
about
was talking.
citizens here. They don't care about U.S.
Exactly.
citizens.
You got
I
homeless
just put
people
a
all over
quote.
the
I put
place.
a quote from Trump. Hold on. I gotta read this to you. It's short. Don't worry.
Whatever it is, it's a lie. So it's like whatever it is, it's a lie.
You got me cracking up over
Oh, Jesus.
So it's
Oh
like
my god, I'm crying.
you're trying to find some validity in anything that dude says. I don't know.
Yeah, typical sociopathic behavior. I mean, it is what it is. Everybody, he's good, he's this, he's that. He's a sociopath. I
Well,
should know. I've been dealing with sociopaths my whole life. So, This is what you get. This is what a sociopath does. They are only happy when everybody around them is absolutely miserable.
Well,
the only way to beat a sociopath at their own game is to not play at all. I'm off the mic.
They voted him in.
Anybody hear me?
Just say I'm off the mic. Who says that? Who says that?
Okay, because I'm trying to read the quote, but you talking.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me now?
Yes,
we can hear you.
We hear you.
So, what was the quote, sir? Hello.
He's silently reading it.
I don't know.
Oh, you know what it is? It's not allowing. Like if I switch the screen, it makes me mute, so I can't even read it.
Oh.
But basically, I'll paraphrase. He said that they can't afford Medicare and Medicaid and stuff like that. That the state should handle that. The number one priority is the military. This is Trump.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, so
this is why you know that there's no opposing party.
Yeah, the primary.
If anybody thinks that the Democrats is going to save them, they got another thing coming.
So Hollop, you know what the primary focus of that dude is? To undo everything that President Obama did.
Right.
That's his primary focus.
Because he's an idiot.
To make money.
For some reason, and for some reason, that President Obama's presidency and existence somehow shook the very foundation of what he has believed his whole life.
Right.
And he just can't shake it. And it's so this whole idea, we're going to rip up the Iranian agreement that we have, and we're going to renegotiate a totally new one, and they're going to bow to us and this and that, and yada, yada, yada. It's just like, okay, well, how's that working out?
He rips up the Iranian deal to get them to accept the deal that he ripped up.
Right, pretty much. But now we're going to be in a weaker position because now they have control over, and now they're forcing the hand of the global economy to devalue the U.S. dollar.
This is the reason why I judge people by, if they are Trump supporters, I judge your intelligence. I'm judging you.
Well, you have to judge a lot of them because they voted his ass back in.
Yeah, and I do, and I judge them. I judge them harshly.
Well, it depends on
how do you call, especially black folks. How do you, as a black person, fall for a con man? You don't know. You ain't been around con men all your life. You don't have no street smarts.
It depends on what your value system is, my friend. It depends on what your value system is.
It's all about money. Nobody cares about values. They just want money. That's all it is. They don't give. They don't give two shits about you or your family. And they're taking from the weakest people to make themselves rich. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck y'all. Y'all can eat each other. I hope they cannibalize each other.
People who have to raise children. I feel so much sympathy for them. Because what are you teaching?
I hope all these politicians start eating each other. Really, honestly.
What are you teaching your children? You teaching them, always do the right thing. Always tell the truth. Always. Is this the bullshit you teaching them?
Right. It's all manipulation, my friend.
Because obviously that's not the dynamic that we're dealing with in this world right now.
It's all temporary, my friend.
Fake it till you make it is what we're dealing with. Bullshit artists.
Temporary. I'm saying it's all temporary, though. It's not.
Wow, I heard that phrase from the guy that trafficked me. That's interesting.
It's all temporary. So it's all part of the it's all part of the journey. So it's temporary. Nothing is forever. It's just like we going through every morning you wake up, you don't know what's gonna be, up, down, left, right. Everything is. You remember there was a time when you did what you were supposed to do and you had some sense of certainty in your life. You went to work, you were able to pay your bills, you were able to do this. You had a degree of certainty.
You went to your neighbor and said, "Hey, how you doing today?"
No, at this stage of this cycle, all of that stability and certainty that you had in your life, no matter what it is that you do, if you follow the right thing and you do the right thing, there's no guarantee that you're going to have the things that you need to live a decent life.
Sorry, Bishop Gadford.
No, I'm done.
Just to kind of piggyback over it, I have a thing, routine in the morning before I go to work. I come downstairs, I have a cup of coffee, I turn on the news. I turn on the news for three reasons. I want to know what the weather is going to be. So I know if I'm dressing appropriate, if it's going to rain or whatever. I want to know what the traffic is going to be, whether I'm driving in or I'm taking the railroad, if there are any delays, anything I need to know about. And the third thing is I need to know if the world somehow ended when I went to sleep and got up in the morning, because if the world ended or the apocalypse happened, then I know I can go back to bed and I don't have to go to work. That's what and once all three of those things are checked off, then I go about my business. Because honestly, what's going to happen is going to happen.
Right.
And I'm at this point
And
now.
it's meant to happen.
I'm not fighting it. And I'm no longer getting all riled up about all of this stuff because honestly, I have a bag, not a literal bag, but I have a bag that I bring with me, and sometimes it's a day's worth of dams, and sometimes it's not. And once I run out, once that bag is empty, that's it. That's all I have to give people.
You mean you're all out of fucks to give?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
One of the
I said
byproducts
F-word. I'm so sorry.
One of the byproducts of totalitarianism and authoritarianism is nihilism,
What
where
is that?
people don't feel that they make a difference.
Oh, right.
So it's intentional.
Mm-hmm.
It's intentional.
Okay.
Right. Believe it or not, this is all meant to happen. I study quantum mechanics, and I listen to the remote viewer, who is an intuitive psychic. This is meant to happen. Just all you got to do is just relax, chill out, keep doing good things, and you'll be fine.
Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead, Ronnie.
So if it was meant to, me and Holly was talking about this afternoon.
Oh, okay.
This is just an observation.
Mm-hmm.
If it's meant to happen, and I'm gonna be brutally honest or whatever, is that when you look at this society, you look at the world, you study world history. European expansion is the reason that this world is in the place it is right now. So you can look at Trump, you can Mussolini, Hitler, all these different individuals. And from my perspective, because I listen to a lot of talk radio, both sides, there's no accountability. You can sit here and blame black folks, Latinos, this and that. And me and Howell talked about this earlier. You can pick the ghettoest person in America right now, anywhere. That person is not going to bring an end to the world. Someone like Trump or Putin or someone else. And then, and they can pick and choose, black folks, you don't take responsibility, stuff like that. Well, who are you to tell us about responsibility? Well, you never took responsibility for your own heinous actions, which put this world in this jeopardy right now. They never do it. You drop the bomb, you don't take responsibility for that. You invade countries, you talk about, they interfere in our elections. When you're the Pied Pipers, the king of interfering in other countries' democratic electoral process. You go, you steal resources. You call people immigrants. You created a migrant crisis by destroying all the leftist governments in Central America and South America. You altered Africa for generations. But yet, you can't look anywhere in world history and see China, any country in Africa, any country in South America, any country in Central America that's tried to take over the whole world like European countries have. None. Roman Empire, Russia, you had the English Empire, the French Empire, all these different, all of it. And no one talks about it. And then they can get on the radio, complain, bitching, we got to do this and stuff like that. You start with yourselves. Conservatives are insane. Liberals do this nonsense because they don't want to be guilty. It's all about guilt. We got, when Gaddafi, when the United States destroyed Libya, liberals had nothing to say. Not a word. Not a word. So it's all that part right there. When they go into different countries, it's all about which tribe. Like Rich was saying, that whose tribe. If they do it and it's their guy, it's fine. Vice versa on the left. But there's no accountability for these individuals. And then they'll come at guys like Hollip or me or Bishop or whoever it is, and be like, well, wait a minute. What is your problem? We're just pointing this out. Where's the accountability on your half? You ain't never listened to black folks. Malcolm X told people this 50, 60 years ago. King said it. So where's your accountability? You can't get up on the radio and talk about why you're at the King's March. Why should I be at your stupid march? You don't take accountability for what you've done to create this goddamn problem. This self-serving, selfish, freaking whatever the United States has become. You didn't stop Reagan. If we listen to talk radio, Bob Grant, all this conservative talk, he was talking about this stuff on WABC radio back in the 80s. In the 80s, Rush Limbaugh, year after year after year after year, and they didn't do anything about it on the left. So-called liberals, you monetized it. It's like a comic book. The protagonist and the antagonist. The comic book is only as exciting as the antagonist up against the protagonist. So the Democrats turn them, the Republicans are the antagonists, and vice versa. And they monetize
Batman versus the Joker
over and over and over again. Yeah. And then you didn't listen to Malcolm.
They need each other.
Yeah, you castigate all these individuals, and then when you got people like me and Howard and other ones who are against it, then there's a problem. What's the problem? You're just sick, moralistic behavior. What, we're supposed to go along with this? I'm not.
You know who gets the most pushback, Ronan? The people who get the most pushback are the people that's trying to do something. People that's actually trying to help people get the most pushback. But when they have somebody in there who don't give a damn, then they don't get no pushback. What pushback is Trump getting?
None.
Zero.
Compared to us.
Just kick the can down the road, and there's no change. I find it when the United States, and there's numerous times where we've been in these segments where we went from sports into social economics, where Davis brought up points from the education part, Bishop's brought up points from Hollip and stuff like that. And I find it almost ridiculous is that you can go, me and Hollip, we talked about this. You can go all those Scandinavian countries, they got free healthcare, they got free higher education. They do all these different things. A happy worker is a well-paid worker. So if Dave is, the principal of he's a superintendent of a district, a school district, and they're like, you know what, you're doing a hell of a job, but you know what, I think you could do better. We'll send you back to school, and then he becomes a 2 districts. So they increase his pay, and they'll pay for it. And then people are like, oh well, and I always hear the argument someone about, well, what about the taxes? Oh, my taxes for healthcare. Well, you may save money because that taxes that's coming out of your from your paycheck from the job from a company healthcare plan, that's coming out of that. It's state subsidized. What is the problem with that? Like, why is it so easy for other countries to do it, but the United States got the nerve to thumb their nose at these countries, but yet they don't worry about the average everyday person that sends their children to school, and then they go to school 50, 60, 70, 80, 100, 200, $300,000 in debt. And then they come out of school, they spend the next 25 years busting their ass, can't go on a vacation until they're 45, 50 years old, pay off their debt. And then what's the payoff here? You waste all your prime years trying to run this stupid rat race. You're not even trying to give them a leg up. And that's the thing that always bothered me about this shit.
Well, let me just add, Ronan made all excellent points, and I agree with him. And also, let's look at the healthcare. Well, part of it, if people are unhappy, they are more susceptible to health issues physically. There's a correlation. And so in some of these other countries where they talk about where people are happy, they're not getting sick like this. People I can speak for the workplace here in New York. People, if you have unhappy employees, they start developing symptoms, physical symptoms that are in direct correlation to what it is emotionally or mentally that's bothering them. So,
they even you hit on a point and whatnot for sure. Like in other countries and whatnot, they have adopted a 4 day work week.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Which
Yeah.
only helps them being happy, besides getting paid, of course. But
Right.
again, you're more apt to relax. You have a 3-day weekend. You know,
And
that's
wasn't that
that.
Henry Ford that they attributed that to here in the United States? I think it was Henry Ford that they credit or blame, depending on which side you are, of the 5-day work week.
Right, right.
And it had nothing to do with the benefit of the
No,
workers. It had everything to do
no.
with business.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Remember what I asked you today, Ronan? I'm like, where are the black men?
I don't know.
Because it
They're
seems
running
like the
around.
mentality of our people is the white man got this. They don't have to worry about, like I'm looking at, they should be like, we should be studying Iran. We should be studying how they've kicked the ass of Israel and the United States. It should be
China,
studied.
all these different countries are doing different things. They're doing what's in the best interest of themselves. Me and how I talk this all the time. Black folks always talking about the black folks. I've said this before.
Mm-hmm.
Black folks are fascinated by the concept of power, but they don't want it. They don't want it. You don't really want power. All these wealthy individuals, they could do a whole lot of different things as far as, but they're too busy doing other nonsense. It's going for clout chasing, clout
Going
chasing.
distractions, brother. You know.
And I told Holla today, man. Like the dude asked me, this is like a couple years ago. Like the lottery was some crazy, amount. He's like, "What would you do if you won?" I was like, "If I won $1 billion, I was like, I would set up a trust for my cousins and their children and my children and stuff like that." And I was like, then after that, my own little personal thing, I'm gonna go buy me. I like muscle cars. I'll buy a Dodge Demon Challenger and I'll buy a Corvette. I'm not buying no big house here. I'm not even staying here. I'm leaving. I have a house here to come back and see my family and friends, stuff like that. I ain't staying here because it ain't good. It's not good for my mental health. Period. And then I would do charity work. I would try to do stuff on the continent. I'll do stuff in the Caribbean. And other than that, I spend the rest of my time practicing my martial arts, writing, drawing, driving in my muscle car, and going on cruises and doing stuff like that. He was like, "What, you want to buy a clothes house?" I was like, "I don't need a house. I need some place to get me out of this open air mental asylum.
Hey,
I need
Ronan.
out of here. Period."
Ronan, can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Look for places that are high in crystals. The crystalline energy frequency. You got to look that up. Look for places that are high, Peru. Peru is very, very high in the crystal, and it is a place of safety. So I'm just letting you know.
I can't do Peru. I can't. For me personally, I'm being honest here. Now I'm gonna be really brutally honest.
No, I'm just saying that's
I know.
one of
I understand
many.
where you're coming from. You're a person that vibrates. I heard you say on a different energy level. I'm not trying to be around like whatever this is. I'm not trying to be around it.
I hear you.
My
I
wife is
understand.
My wife's family's from Trinidad. I went to Trinidad for 10 days 2 years ago. In those 10 days I was there, I didn't have to be Ronan Black. I could just
Cool.
be the son
That
of
was 2
Charles
years
and Amelia
ago?
Patrick. Yeah, 2 years ago.
Good
I could
Lord,
be
man.
the son of Charles and Aurelia Patrick. I felt at ease. I didn't feel not one time where it was like I gotta have the screw face on or this or that. I felt at ease. I had people down there treat me like I was family. I never even met them before. And I sat there thinking, why the hell am I coming back here? Why?
Exactly.
Other than I know my sisters, I know my daughter's here. I don't have to worry about my daughter. My daughter travels all the time, and she's already made her plans. Like, I'm out of here. But my sister's here. I got 2 sisters, but why am I here? Why am I here? I was at peace.
You can always plant the seed, you know.
Peace. Well, I already.
You can always plant the seed to your sister.
Well, my sister, that's a whole nother story. Hal up and Roddy, they know the story.
Right.
You know, but you can always plant the seed.
But
I felt the same way when I was in Rwanda. I felt the same way. It's like, because all I kept hearing, like all of my life, is black people can't do this, black people can't do this. You can't have your own nation. I went to a black nation.
That was designed on purpose.
I'm like, man, y'all should have never let me come here because now you can't tell me shit.
Done.
We the only ethnic group that elevates our cowards and our losers. We're the only group that does that. Anybody who's against black people, we'll elevate them.
Right.
Oh, we can't do this. You sound like Adrian and Rocky. You can't win.
Rock in the next week, Rock.
Knock you into tomorrow, Rock. That's the people we elevate into leadership positions. Anybody who feels that we can't win anything, anybody who feels that we can't accomplish anything, we elevate them so that they can teach the masses, so we can be losers.
Right.
Got cats sitting around in a circle in Memphis
problem
talking about I'm a
is
Native American sipping on
whatever. Remember what I said way back when?
Wearing teepee, sitting in a teepee in a smoke lodge wearing goddamn moccasins and shit. Get out of here.
Yeah, with a fucking hot iron on the fucking stove. So they straight hair.
The peyote.
May I say one thing and then I'll shut up? It all comes down to size, guys. I'm sorry. Some white guy was emasculated because they saw black men and saw that they are more well endowed, and they were messed up with it. And the story continues. That's all it is about. I'm sorry. All right, I'm done.
Okay.
And on that note.
Yeah, exactly. On that note.
Yeah, actually, I got to get out of here because I got to go to the office. So,
okay, brother.
I appreciate you people.
Yeah, same.
Always a pleasure to have you on, brother, man.
Yes. Enjoy the rest of your night.
You as well.
You too, brother.
Safe travels, brother. Safe travels, man.
Holla, I'll talk to you later, bro.
All right. That was interesting. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
Very good. I love the conversation.
You never know what you're going to get.
Never know. Now, with that being said, let's see.
Okay, I'll be good. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
You're
fine. You're fine. You're fine. Let me get into a little basketball talk. I'm trying to think if I should do this.
Potty mouth.
I can't with you.
That's hilarious. Off the rip, what do we think about Doc Rivers getting and parting ways with the Milwaukee Bucks? This right off the heels of him going into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it was like one thing after the other, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Because like what did like the Hall of Fame committee call him? You know how they call him and say, congratulations, and then he gets like call waiting and say, hold on, I got another call. And it's the Bucks is saying, we no longer need your services.
Honestly, I'm a little confused about this. Did they, was this like a mutual thing? Did they actually fire him? Did he actually just like say, okay, this is not for me?
It's always mutual. It's always mutual. They came together. They were sitting down at the table over dinner, and somebody said, "It's not me, it's you." And I was feeling the same way.
Yeah,
I was feeling the same way, but I didn't want to say anything. So I'm glad you said something.
It's not you, it's me.
Let's break up. Let's just do a trial period. And
that's
see how
That's true, Evelyn. Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of, it's like, it was destined to happen. It was destined to happen. It was destined to happen, man.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Too many things going on, and it's just like, and Giannis is not happy, so they got to try to placate him until his contract runs out, or they find something that they can get that's viable, that they can still stay relevant. So they got to placate him, and he didn't like Doc because Doc, told him the truth, and now it's like, I don't want to play for that guy, and so forth and so on. So blame Doc.
But is that going to be? That's not going to keep Giannis there, though.
Well, no, he still wants to leave, but he can't leave until they get something in return, and he's the biggest thing that happened in Milwaukee for quite some time.
Yes, indeed.
So it's like, we're not just going to part ways because you are in your feelings. No, we got to get something in return.
Exactly.
And again, what I was telling you guys before, it's like, no, we're in this situation because you put us in this situation. You had a hand in it. So you have to stay and you have to watch it all play out
Mm.
just like we do.
Even if they were to trade him, I don't think the return is going to be much for him.
No, he's hurt now. He's injury prone.
Hmm.
He's got a precursor for like an Achilles
Hmm.
tear when you have those calf strains, a bunch of calf strains.
Right.
So putting undue stress on your Achilles. He plays the way that a guy his size shouldn't be playing
Hmm.
because, but he can't play any other way because he never like did anything to improve his game. So
Hmm.
now you're just stuck. And it's like you're stuck. It's like, yeah, I can say, yeah, he's a two-time MVP, but it's like, well, what has he done lately?
Mm.
And it's like, are those two MVPs even valid?
Yeah,
It's
you
like
know they're not.
the first one you got just because they had never seen anybody like you before, and they were just like, hey, so enamored with the fact that he's dribbling this and that, blah blah blah, and they forgot all of the things that he couldn't do, like shoot free throws, shoot a jump shot,
He was a
uh,
safe pick.
play
He
off the
was a safe
ball,
pick.
right? Because they didn't want to give it to
I
LeBron.
mean,
Exactly. He
we
was a
saw
safe
Kevin
pick.
Garnett.
They didn't want to give it to LeBron. I'm triggering you, Ronan, if he's still here.
You still here? Hmm.
Yeah, so they didn't want to give it to LeBron because LeBron was still the best and the brightest that the league had to offer. So
Yeah.
they chose the safe pick and they gave it to him, and then they followed it up by giving it to him again. And it's just like again, so you gave it's a two-time MVP that can't shoot free throws, still can't shoot
Right.
a jump shot,
Right.
still can't play off the ball, has no ability to to change his game to evolve,
Exactly.
and it's just
Exactly.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
this was the best, yeah.
Ronan said. He said, listen. He said he heard you, and he wholeheartedly disagrees, and
Of
he also
course they
said
would.
that Doc Rivers got fired. That's what he's adding as well.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, again, and Doc got that. He got that job under shady circumstances. So
Yes, he did.
it's only turns about fair play.
Yeah, how you get him, how you lose him.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's like it only turns about fair play because Adrian Griffin he was doing a pretty good job for
Hmm.
a first time head coach, and they figured out a way to manipulate him, and Giannis did too. That's what I said. He's totally responsible for all of the mayhem and turmoil that the Bucks are in.
He's
He's
complicit.
he's very complicit, and it's
Hmm.
just like now you want to run, get out of Dodge because now it's untenable. You want to get
Mm.
out. No, we got two of your brothers on the roster taking up valuable roster space. We
Yeah.
could have
Hmm.
had. We brought you in somebody to help you. We brought you in a premier scorer, Damian Lillard. You refused to work and play off of him and play with
Hmm.
him. You refused to. So it's kind of like, yo, like what else? What else you want us to do? Oh, trade you? Yeah, okay. All right. All right.
Can I just say one thing? Everything you said, Bishop, I'm not disagreeing with that, but it sounds very similar. It sounds just like your boy in LA.
What do you mean?
Well, he got his son on his team, right?
No, no,
Giannis
no.
got his brothers on his squad.
Two different
He
things.
got the
Two different
Lakers to
things.
draft his son. Now the one who can shoot a jumper. I mean, post game kind of spotty. It sounds kind of similar to me. I'm just
No,
saying, man.
totally different things. So one of them is going down in history as an all-time great and the top three in every statistical category. You still had to play the game. You didn't just luck into that. You still had to do something for that. That's number one. Number two, you can't, whether you dislike, or whatever, you can't discredit what this dude has done for the game and continues to do for the game.
I don't think he
Giannis is
has.
Giannis
I don't
is a
think he does.
mercenary. Giannis is a mercenary, somebody, another one of those products that the media wanted to promote, wanted to kind of like say, hey, this is the best and the brightest and so forth. And every time they do it, it's just proven wrong. The longevity of it's just proven wrong. And it's like a two-time MVP that can't shoot free throws, and that's been the whole thing his whole career. can't shoot a
But
jump
that's the
shot.
same
That's
thing with LeBron. He can't shoot free throws either, and his jump shot
nah.
is garbage.
I
I went
disagree.
back. I rewatched the 2007 finals. The Spurs dared him to shoot jumpers. He
But that
couldn't
was a
hit a
long time
single.
ago. That was
I don't
you
care.
said
I don't
2007.
care if it was
What?
2055 years ago.
Is
He
but
was
he's
laying up bricks.
yeah, and
Phoenix.
I gotta tell you, I don't think Ronan has. I think Ronan does appreciate what LeBron does for the game, whatnot. I could be wrong. What I think it is the fact that with all the fanfare coming from him, coming
Him
from
and his
him,
agent.
and
They're
okay,
trying
or
to,
his
yeah,
agent, and also the comparisons to Michael Jordan as well.
which are ridiculous. It's not even close.
I'm just saying.
well,
Here's my
I'm
issue.
different.
But here's my issue
Mhm.
with what Rich Paul's doing is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. All right, that. And then the other thing that bothers me with LeBron, and I said this before, I told artists, man, I had no problems with this dude in Cleveland the first time around. I had
Mhm.
no issues with him in Miami. The thing with LeBron, and especially when this podcast, because I watched his this thing, it's minded again. I call it the mind game because that's all it is around the mind game. Is
Mhm.
that you're gonna rewrite history with Miami? Oh, you wasn't a super team. We didn't have this. We didn't have that. Come on, man, stop. None, all these other dudes who are great, they never said that. Michael never said that. Bird never said that. Magic never said that. All these dudes
Mhm.
never said that. Why
Yeah,
is
but
he saying that? He shouldn't say that
you
because it
comparing
hurts him. It hurts him
uh,
when he says
you
that.
you comparing two different eras, and it's like yeah, when the NBA was with Bird, Magic, Jordan, all those guys were all ego driven and said, "Hey, I'm gonna do it my way. I'm gonna do it
Mhm.
my way, and this is how I'm gonna do it." The NBA is no longer like that. It's no longer like that. And it's like it started, and it's crazy because all of the guys who are jumping on LeBron and saying, oh, he was chasing titles and this and that, it started during their era. And
Mhm.
some of them were involved in chasing titles, trying to chase titles, going from team to team, trying to see if they could win the title. So it's kind of
Who?
like
What? Bird? Bird never jumped. These guys didn't
no, I'm
jump
talking
squash.
about
You talking
I'm
about what,
talking
like
about
Bob
Bar-
McAdoo or something like
I'm
that?
talking about Barkley. I'm
Yeah.
talking about
But Barkley
Pippen.
got
I'm
traded
talking
though, and
about
Barkley he was washed when he
he,
went to Houston. He was washed.
he was still trying to win.
What about Moses? Moses Malone.
Moses already wanted to. Moses was he? So he went to the finals with the Rockets on a team that was under 500. They took the Celtics to 6 games. So if you look at Dr. J, so he got Dr. J, and you had Daryl Dawkins. So who's the better player, Dawkins or Moses Malone? Look, it's not like Dawkins won 8 titles. They won one title.
Mm.
They ran the Lakers. Even that, the same like these arguments they make, like when Magic and stuff like that. Magic, like the thing they do with Michael Jordan all the time. Oh, Mike never won because he never won without Scottie Pippen. Magic never won without Kareem.
Mm.
Yeah,
Kobe, if it was for Shaq, Kobe never won. But Shaq never won if he didn't without Kobe and without Wade. What does Shaq have? Nothing. So so the thing is, I don't like the way LeBron goes on these podcasts and tries to rewrite history when everyone watched it. I watched him in 2011. He played like shit.
Mm.
Period. And he's trying to rewrite history. He shouldn't do that. And then it diminishes. And then another thing, this is what Rich Paul does. He diminishes Wade. He diminishes Bosh and all these other players to prop up LeBron. And he shouldn't be doing that. He shouldn't be doing that. And LeBron should check him like, yo, man, stop doing that.
Mm.
Stop doing that because from where I'm looking at, it doesn't help LeBron when this guy's on there saying these ridiculous things. And he shouldn't be saying that. Are you his agent or what are you his Just stop. Let it go. And it
yeah,
hurts him. For me, look, I respect LeBron. He ain't in my top 5, but I'm just
Mhm.
saying, man, I don't like that whole thing, man. Like JJ Redick, come on, man. He's on a podcast with you. JJ Redick, other than outside of him brushing LeBron's hair, you just kissing his ass. And then you get a job with the Lakers, and then you hold the record. I mean, this guy he's got just the amount of double-digit losses.
Mm.
I mean, did Darvin Ham really deserve to get fired? He did get them to the help coach that team and got them to the Western Conference Finals. Did he deserve to get fired for JJ Redick?
So you there's a lot of
I'm just
different things
asking,
wrapped
Bishop.
up. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Yeah,
being
what I'm
honest,
saying,
man. Do you think
there's a
Reddick
lot of
should have
things
got the
wrapped up
job?
in that. There's a lot of things wrapped up in that. And I mean, for me, it's like you can say what you want about, LeBron and how, people try to, portray him or how he tries to, it's subject to interpretation. I get it. I get it. And
Mm.
I'm not, you just can't take away the fact that this dude is the number one in scoring, and he's going to finish top three in every statistical category. Now, maybe he's not as charismatic as Michael Jordan is, but somebody had to come before Michael Jordan in order for Michael Jordan to be Michael Jordan. So if it wasn't Dr. J, then there wouldn't have been a Michael Jordan. And if there wasn't somebody before Dr. J, there wouldn't have been a Dr. J. So it's kind of like it's each generation has a player that is that player for that generation.
Mm.
Now, for 20 something years, this guy has pretty much been a gold standard for athletes and on the court and off the court. I don't discredit that.
Oh,
So you can
off the
say
court.
what you want
I
with the
don't mess him
podcast
off the court. I do not mess with him. That's
yeah,
no.
well,
I'm talking on the court. I don't get into
yeah.
people's the personal life.
No, no, no. I'm
That's off
saying the
limits.
things
Right.
that he stands for. I'm saying the things that he stands for. So it wasn't just about it's about me. Like the philanthropy, the things that he was involved in. I'm like, that's how you want athletes to be. That's how they should be. Like they
Mm.
shouldn't just be looking to enrich themselves. They should be looking to reach back and pull as many people up as they can with whatever vehicles they have at their disposal. And it's
That's the
kind of
lost
like,
art now. I mean, Mike did his
yeah,
things. Kobe did his stuff. Magic did his stuff. That's the lost art. Now that's where the crossover where he came in
Mm.
compared to now. I think
right,
definitely now with this generation, these clowns, forget it. I don't even think they care about the game. That's the only thing
Mm.
I've ever agreed with. Everything that Draymond Green's ever said. That's the only thing I've ever agreed with him. That these dudes
right,
don't care. They weren't more worried about being athletes. I mean,
Mm.
being
yeah,
entertainers.
right. But you owe
But
That's it.
you owe because if all of these people weren't propped up underneath you, you wouldn't be where you are. So you owe a debt,
Mm.
and you have to reach back and you have to give back. But for me, it's kind of like that. That to me is big time because this dude was coming out of high school, and the expectations that were thrust upon his shoulders,
Mm.
he's he's exceeded those expectations for a kid coming out of high school and being in the league with a bunch of men. He's exceeded that, and yeah, I dig that. I dig that. Regardless of he's not as charismatic as Mike, but
well, I don't care about
I'm
that.
I
I hear
won't
you.
take it.
I wanted to touch on something that you
Mm-hmm.
guys mentioned though. Forget about the LeBron, you know, questions and stuff. But the part that was mentioned about Draymond and what Draymond said about them not caring of the younger generation, I think that's indicative all around, not just sports. You
Mm.
look at
Mm.
music,
Mm.
the way that they disrespected the pioneers,
Oh my
and
God.
so I think that this generation, and I don't, of course, not everybody, but it seems like this generation has it differs than previous generations in their lack of respect for their predecessors in whatever genre it is.
I'll give you an
And
example real quick, Dave.
Mhm.
And I may have
yeah,
mentioned this before.
I think I know where you're going.
With the God Rakim at
Hmm.
some BET event, whatever the case may be, and the crowd was like not feeling him at all.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
level of disrespect. But then when they had this gutter ass chick called what's it, Sexy Red, they were
yeah,
going crazy. They were going crazy over her, and I'm like, do you realize who graced the stage before
yeah,
this hood chick stepped on there? And the level of so that's a good point that you bring up. It's not just sports; it's entertainment. It's practically in every phase of
yeah,
life.
yeah. And this is not to discredit. Listen, every generation has their
Hmm.
their stars and whoever
Mhm.
they
Of
but
course.
I just hate the fact that it seems like this generation does goes out of their way to be disrespectful to those that came before. I mean, when we were teenagers and 20s, listen, I didn't listen to a lot of the stuff that, well, I wasn't fans of, let's say, some of the artists that our parents' generation listened to.
Right.
But you heard it, and you got to recognize what makes good music, even if it's not your taste.
True.
And I mean, it would have been ridiculous for us, and I was trying to talk about, the Temptations are whack, and all this other stuff, and they come out there. Listen, they may not have, and a lot of us grew up on that stuff too. But I'm saying, they may not have been who we would go to see at a concert, but we sure weren't going to just turn our backs on it and act as if these people are nobodies.
Right.
Just say, if you don't know, just say you don't know.
It's like Cool in the Gang.
Right.
all of the music and the sampling and all of the stuff. It's like, some of you artists wouldn't exist without them. Those pioneers.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But,
Y'all right about that, man. I listen to classic rock music, man, and you hear people talk about Led Zeppelin. Cats don't talk about the Temptations like that, who are out now. You got some neo soul artists do, but a lot of that, like, the Wu-Tang Clan, like or EPMD or they don't talk about these dudes like they talk about Led Zeppelin or Van Halen or
the Rolling Stones still sell out stadiums.
This is crazy.
I think they're going to do their last concert because they're all about 100 now. So but it's very true. Other genres, Led Zeppelin, as you mentioned, the Stones. I mean, the Beatles hadn't made anything in almost 60 years, but it'd be crazy, it'd be blasphemous to say that they weren't influential and all this stuff. But we tend to do this to our own, and I think that may be indicative of a larger problem with us.
Right.
I think one of the things that we, and when I say we, I mean Black people, suffer from is this sense of there can only be but so many. And if one, you ever see the thing on social media where they say one of them has to go, and they give you four? That's the way we treat a lot of things.
Right.
We always, in order for one to come, into position, somebody else has to be removed. And I think that's something that we tend to do because we limit or we buy into the limitations that others have placed on us. And I think the women also have suffered through that too. If you get one woman in there, you can't have two, that kind of thing. And so I think that's something that we deal with or have struggled with that others don't have to. I mean, they could all be great.
Right.
Yeah, in their own way, and in each period, you have that one player. Now I'm curious to find out, so after LeBron leaves, who will be the person to carry that mantle moving forward, or will it be a combination of a few people? Because I don't see anybody who's clearly separated themselves and is going to be able to handle the game within the game.
It'll be a combination. It'll be a
game
combination.
within the game. I agree with that. I'm saying the game within the game, not just what's going on the court, but the business side of things, the social side of things, the ethical side of things, the you know what I mean, the role model side of things. Who's going to be? You won't have it, because it's like, okay, well, we thought it was Anthony Edwards, but it's like, okay, well, he's messy.
He got too many mouths to feed.
Exactly. Not just when you were saying the about socially and business, the candidates that were going through my head just started disappearing when you mentioned those factors. You know what I'm saying?
So it's like you all of the things that this dude stands for. It's like he kind of like, the other guys even before him did certain things, but if you think about it off the court, he's one of the first athletes that said, "Hey, I don't need an agent. This talent is going to sell itself." He basically helped redefine the landscape of how contracts are negotiated, and then player empowerment and the things of that nature. He was instrumental in that. Now,
Right.
some people say, "Hey, well, it's gotten out of the hand or whatever." No, I thought it was out of hand when the coaches were controlling a lot of the stuff and pretty much dictating the way things were going. It's like you're not on the court playing. People are not coming to see you play
No.
or coach. So why are you the one getting most of the accolades and most of the attention and profiting the most?
For
It's
sure.
like no.
For sure.
And it's like I don't need to pay an agent a percentage of my earnings.
Right.
Because they're not the ones doing anything, and I can speak on my own behalf. I just need an attorney to make sure the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. Why can't I speak for myself? And it's like things like that. These things beyond basketball. It's like, hey, that's huge, because not only does that transcend basketball, but now that's starting a whole different ideology when it comes to athletics. And to be a trailblazer in that's huge. That's huge. That's huge. And it's like you could hate what he stands for on the court, but this thing is bigger than just basketball. And I'm like, that's pretty crazy for somebody coming out of high school. That's pretty crazy to me that he's the guy to hold that, to carry that banner. He was the guy chosen to carry that banner. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. A teenager.
Yeah.
Indeed.
And for 20 something years, he's held that banner.
Yeah. Think about how many careers have started and are over within that time frame.
Of course.
Exactly. And it's like, who's going to break that record? Nobody in this lifetime is going to break that scoring record. So I'm like, well, because I don't see any of these other guys coming out that's going to have that type of longevity.
Nah.
Maybe.
No. So guys, let me get ready to break this out. It's been a true pleasure having you guys on, as always. Great talk. Appreciate it. We went off base, but that what else is new? That's the standard right there. It is what it is. Like, share, and subscribe for the content. I would appreciate that. Hey, listen, if you like some things, that'd be great to hear. If you don't like certain things, certain improvements need to be made. Hey, I'm not against creative criticism, or should I say not creative? What's the right? Constructive.
Yeah. And remember, 27 cents a day. You can
you can feed animals. You can feed the animals in the shelter, and you get Evelyn will
I think I
send
drop more than that every day.
Evelyn will send you a audio clip of her saying her favorite words in the loop.
That's where you like send a picture like wearing like a T-shirt from the losing team in the Super Bowl or something like that.
But really, wow. Okay, all right. Well, next season is coming, and we got Matt, whatever his name is, McCarthy. So who knows?
McCarthy. We'll see. So guys, thanks again.
My cats are fighting. I gotta go.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, bye.
Okay. All right, guys.
Everybody, thanks for contributing tonight. We'll do it again next week. Everyone have a blessed weekend.
You too.
Thank you.
Peace.
Peace, everybody.